Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is a really cool unboxing. This is the coolest box I've ever been sent. It's a box. Clearly, it's a Sherwood box. Look over here. You can see it's in Sherwood M90 box. So what is a Sherwood M90? So we'll open this up and take a peek. But this is kind of on next level of like sending something out and being hyped for your product. So good work, Sherwood marketing. Okay, so here we go. Sherwood Wrecker M90. So you got a decent idea what it is. So Sherwood left a very nice message for me. And they included a ton of swag, as well as the important part is right here, the Sherwood Wrecker M90 stick. I'm going to get to that in a second. So I like unboxing videos where you can kind of see some cool stuff that companies include. One, this is a really cool setup with just everything in it. I already unbagged everything. Everything was all in a nice bag because that's boring to watch you and take it out. So we have a Sherwood 49 snapback. So the reason we have 49, Sherwood was founded in 1949. So they're celebrating their 70 years. So we have a hat for that. We have this nice tech hoodie. Obviously Sherwood logo. My favorite part is the skate lace. I have a feeling my girlfriend will be stealing this hoodie from me and I will never be allowed to wear it because that's usually what happens when you're in a committed relationship and they like your clothes. Next we have Sherwood sticker, so I'll figure out somewhere to put this on. Next we have Sherwood hockey puck. As you can see, still made in Canada, which is really nice. A bunch of pucks now aren't anymore. Sherwood still is. And we'll slide this over. Finally, we have a Sherwood kind of athletic shirt. So we have it there. So now on to the actual important part. But I just want to kind of revel in how awesome this little set is. So we have the Sherwood Wrecker M90, as you can see there, with its red and black kind of graphics package. Sherwood has, I'm pretty sure the last one, which is the EK365, was black and red as well. So this is kind of the next, obviously it's the next line because it's the Wrecker, but before they were orange and now they're kind of this nice red and black. It looks much more like, I'm not going to say neutral, but it looks much more normal, where the orange was kind of, I'm not going to say off-putting, but it's not kind of a standard stick color, and some people don't like that. I'm not sure why. I loved it. But anyways, so this stick comes in about 380 grams-ish. I haven't weighed it yet. Sherwood has always been ridiculously light for their sticks. The truth is, other companies are finally catching up to Sherwood in terms of lightness. I think the EK60 was under 400 grams. Everything else was over 400 at the time, and they just kept getting lighter, and it's really impressive. This is the M90, which is their next one, which is, I think, 5 grams lighter than EK365. Again, I haven't measured this yet. I obviously can't use it because of my broken finger, but I'm going to talk about some things in here that I'm pretty excited about. So one is, I'm not going to go over the tech specs a lot because I don't really believe in tech specs until I use them to see if it actually makes any difference. I'm not going to go over whatever they call the stick itself. But some things I noticed on this stick that I really like is the grip. So you can see this textured grip coming up here, stops up there, comes all the way down here where your hands are, obviously, and stops right down here. So for me, the awesome thing about, I just really like textured grips like this because it gives you a little bit more feel. I was a huge fan of Ribcore, I think it was a Trigger 2, which had kind of square textures that match the weave, and I think the QRL I really liked as well, which is pretty similar to this. I really noticed this grip when I picked it up. It feels phenomenal, and I'm a huge fan of it. The other thing that is really awesome about this stick is, switch this around, the blade. So the blade, you can see how it's textured. It is pretty similar in my eyes to how CCM's blades are, and I'm a huge fan of that. It's a textured material, and you can hear it. The idea behind that, or at least from my understanding from CCM, and I'm assuming it's going this way, is the process at which they kind of make this blade, and it's created through like the carbon and the epoxies. This is kind of the leftover of it, how it went squished together. I don't know how this stuff is actually made, all the terms of that. I'm a programmer. I am not a materials engineer, or manufacturing engineer, so excuse me for that. But I really love these blades. I find it just gives it a little bit more like high-end feel, but also I always found that these blades are a little bit more pingier, and I don't want to say more grip. Like, they are definitely more grippy because you can feel it, but there's something about it, and maybe that's what it is, I really love about these blades playing with them. I feel like I have a little bit better puck control, and my passes are just a little bit better with them. So that is just my preference. I'm a huge fan of that. Really glad Sherwood brought it down or onto this line. The M90, the name is obviously a little bit away from the old EK. I'm not sure why they kind of got rid of the EK, but it's still a record, and that's a big part for me. It's a low kick stick. So we're going to see how this ends up playing. I like the design. It is a kind of a chrome, which a bunch of companies are going to chrome now. It's kind of understated. It's not super flashy. I actually really liked how the EK365 looked, and I'll try to grab one of those to do a comparison. But really looking forward to using this stick. Huge thank you to Sherwood for sending me this stick so I can do a review on and make some content on. This will be one of many videos on this. But actually, before we do that, I'm just going to grab a couple other things I really like. So I use a BPM 90 before I have a T120. Just give me 1 second. Alright, so these are two of actually my pretty rarely used and common sticks. So Wrecker EK60, you can see the orange detailing. I know some people were not a fan of that detailing. I was a fan of the colors and everything, but I definitely think the new ones at EK365 and the M90 definitely look better and more like high end than this stick does. This, I did not get a grip on it, but this stick is weird to me because I find that, well, okay, when this stick came out, this was Sherwood's first like really expensive stick. So before they were all kind of like lower price. They still aren't $329. I think the M90 is $269 Canadian. Don't quote me, but I'm a ballpark. These used to be like even cheaper than that until it came to the EK60. Once it came to the EK, $30 less than all the big 4 or 3. Now with that said, this stick was crazy light. I enjoyed puck feel for the most part. The blade was a little soft on the VR2 blade, but it was a good stick. I just found that it didn't shoot quite as awesome as those other big companies. It didn't quite have the kick. I definitely think these sticks kind of play a little bit stiffer than the competitors, so that's one reason. So this is an 85. But we'll see. Obviously, I can't comment on the new one yet. I haven't used it, but we'll see how that is down the line. One thing you can really notice between the M90 and the EK60 and that T122 is the weaves. So you can see the massive difference in the weaves. Much more weave on the EK60 compared to the M90. I'm not sure what K this is, but that's one way to get lighter, is to do bigger weave strands. Obviously, you end up using less material that way. You can really see it in the blade. As you can see there. So one nice thing, or one thing I'm really looking forward to on this M90 is the blade itself. So the blade is said to be their VR4 blade, and you can kind of see, or hopefully you can kind of see, I can see it in person. You can see some ridges on the inside. So I'm really hoping that will kind of beef up the stiffness, because I did find this blade to be a bit soft. Not this one, sorry, the VR2 on the EK60 to be a bit soft. So I'm really hoping this one stiffens up. But so it feels like it from just my hitting it and everything like that. Next, we'll really quickly take a look at the T120. So this is almost it has a cult following stick. This one and the T90 have like a cult following with just the stick itself and how much people liked it. The one awesome thing about Sherwood is, from what I found so far, is you can still get like PP05s, which is a Lindstrom curve, which is a nice heel curve. So if I can get this on camera, it might be too close to the wall. Yeah, it's a nice heel curve there, the square toe. It's harder to find that on other sticks. Sherwood seems to be readily still supplying them, which is really, really nice. So I absolutely loved this stick. It was a mid-kick. Again, I find it didn't shoot quite as good with it as I did other ones, but the feel was great. My passing on it was phenomenal, and the value was unbelievable on this. So I will be looking out to see if I fall in love with this stick like I did the other ones. That EK60 is probably one of my most used sticks ever, and we'll see where this becomes. This review will be coming down the line. Unfortunately, that won't be for about another month because of my finger, but I'll be making some more stuff with this, just doing some tests. I'll grab a 365 so I can go over like the lineage of EK60 to this, and that will be about it. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful. Again, huge thank you to Sherwood for sending me this set to do review on and to test out the stick and give them feedback and stuff like that. Make sure you check out Sherwood on social media. I'll link them in the description. And remember to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links will be in the description so you can get kind of different content on, and kind of snapshot content on different stuff like this. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube. Hit the little bell icon when you're up there. That way you get notified of any new content that I make. That gets out there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.